Hello everybody, welcome back to a Sunday group flight. Glad we could do this today. I see some familiar faces in the house already. We got Aaron, we got Buckman, we got Chris. What's going on? How you doing? I saw Bob loaded in there earlier. Hans, good evening. How are you, sir? Doing well here in upstate New York. Pretty excited about the flight today. I got I think I got a better handle on those of you who remember, I had a little bit of a challenge kind of with the head position in this plane last time, but I think I got a better handle on it now. So I kind of messed with it a little less this time. Oh, flying the caravan. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. But you know, the perspective in the plane is still definitely different. But it seems a lot better than when I was totally messing with it. So back here in Anguilla, we're gonna do our usual thing. I want to try to redeem myself here. So let's get down here. We'll go external power supply on. We'll go mixtures and props full forward. And like I said the other day, I mean, this plane is tiny. So I think actually now that I have a chance to kind of reflect about it a little bit, I actually think that the kind of the perspective in this version is actually more realistic. But we'll go rotating beacon on with toes on the brakes. Master and battery switches on. Let's crack the throttles. Take a quick look outside. Make sure there's nobody out there to kill or maim. And we'll go up top. We'll go right engine first. There's a good start. Oil pressure is good. Left prop is clear. So I mean, it's a tiny cockpit. It really is a very small airplane. I can tell that's way too high, the throttle, from hearing it. So oil pressure is good there. And so looking forward to flying this again today. Let's get the fuel valves, fuel pumps off rather. Avionics master coming on. And yeah, Chris, I had the same thing. Make sure you have the other thing you need to do is make sure you have character quality and air traffic quality on high or ultra, which I don't understand why. I'm just typing that into the chat. So that was the other thing for me. I don't understand why you have to do that, but you do for whatever reason. So let's lean the mixtures here for taxi. Come down over here. And we'll get these going. Transponder. I'm just gonna go straight squawk altitude. Set the altimeter the old-fashioned way. Hopefully everything's good audio wise. If I need to turn voice up or aircraft up, just let me know. All right, so I'll turn this off, release the parking brake, and let's get matriculating here. A very happy birthday today to my friend Captain Hughes, his 30th birthday. And there we go. Alright, let's test the brakes. Brakes are working. The altimeter can't be right because, well, I say that, but the airport elevation is 130 feet. But as long as you're within 75 feet of airport elevation at the local altimeter setting, you are legal, so we are good to go. And let's go notch of flaps. We'll go fuel pumps on. I'm number 2 for departure. And let's get matriculating here. Nice. Having strobe lights coming on. We'll go landing light on. And I don't know why, but I don't see anybody else in the Islander, even when they are in the Islander. I don't know what's up with that. Oh, probably people are flying the old Islander, and I've got that. I uninstalled it. Alright, I actually like this perspective now. Alright, runway is clear, mixtures and props full forward, fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. Heading indicator checks with the runway number, takeoff power is coming in. Chris, the all players option is in when you're selecting. Oh shoot, you know what? That happened to me the other day. I don't know why the trim starts full nose down. Please come up. Okay. For some reason the trim starts full nose down. And I should check trim before takeoff. Anyway, Chris, when you go in to start the flight, like when you select your departure and arrival, I forget what it's called, but in the upper right hand corner, I think it says like flight details or flight settings. I forget what it is, but it's where you can set live traffic and all that stuff. So, oh, that's looking nice right there. So, whoops. So it's right there. Wow, 1,500 feet already? Okay. Laps coming up here before I break them off the airplane. I do kind of think the plane is a little bit overpowered still, but and again, you do have to use rudder in the turn, which I think is pretty sweet actually. This thing took off like a rocket today. First stop is Princess Juliana. We'll do Grand Cast on the way around, on the way back from St. Barts. So I think I want to do Statia today. So I think I want to do St. Maarten, Saba, Statia, whatchamacallit, yeah, look at this, 160 knots in level flight. I think it's a little overpowered. But Statia, St. Barts, Grand Cast, Anguilla, I think is the plan. I think it's the plan, rather. So you Bob, you bought the new Islander, right? Because I saw you earlier in the analog passenger version, so I think you bought the new one. Chris, I see you now over there at St. Maarten. But yeah, look at this. I mean, 2323. And we're going 160, 170 knots, so the Islander has gotten quick. The Islander has gotten quick. Another beautiful day to fly. Another beautiful day to fly, but yeah. So I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable in the plane now, which is good. But I mean, look at this, 100. I mean, we're almost at red line in level. Well, you can't, Chris, you can't do any worse than I did last time out, so don't worry about it. Just give it your best try. But yeah, we are SLH Sim Designs. What's going on, man? How are you? Hoping we're changing this new version. I think the plane is too stiff. You know, I mean, I think it depends on what. You know, it depends on hardware, depends on settings. I mean, it feels alive to me. but like the head position and the dimensions of the cockpit are definitely different. And at first it was really kind of difficult. But I mean, right now I'm kind of liking it. Because I mean, SLH, I know you've been in this plane. Like if you, I know you've been in this plane. And it's a tight cockpit, you know? So, but I mean, the real thing to me too, so I flew one of these in real life in Anguilla, you know, down here. And it feels like a heavy airplane on the controls. So, hard to know. But I mean, it's definitely still overpowered. And that I will say for sure. And it seems, I don't know. It's the initial release, you know, so I'm sure things will get commented on and ironed out. But you know, 160 knots at a level flight, I don't think is tremendously correct. Oh, well, fuel pumps on. Oh, name labels is in the it's in the settings under online options, I think, or online. Here, I'll show you real quick, Chris. It's, hold on, right there. Flight model. That's where it is. Or no, flight interface. Right here. Show traffic nameplates. Just easier to show it to you than to try to describe it. Kenneth, what's going on? You have to buy the new one, Kenneth, and it's 20 euros, which I think is quite reasonable. There was quite a bit of discussion among the online flying community about that, but I mean, I bought it in as soon as I saw it. But I mean, to me, this is a must-have airplane, you know. But yeah, it's see, what's odd right now is that you can see the manifold pressure is basically at the bottom of the gauge, and you can see I'm still moving my throttles and the fuel flow's moving around. So there's still a notch of flaps coming in. So I don't know, there's something with the instrumentation a little bit, but all good. All good. Whoa. Somebody's going down. Somebody's going down. I think my dog just came in. I think my dog just came into my... Alright, so now I'm basically at idle power. I am way too high. So, why don't we go like this? You slipping. Alright, and then we'll go second notch of flaps here. Well, sort of. Alright. Alright, mixtures and props full forward. Power's at idle. I mean, not only is kind of the perspective in the cockpit totally different than the other plane, but the view is totally different too. Or the, like, it just flies different. It's a different airplane. So, taking some getting used to. But we are on center line. Come on, baby. That was alright. Sort of. Alright, let's check our trim here. What do we got coming behind us? Alright, so mixtures and props full forward, fuel pumps are on. Bring the flaps up here. Cash Collins, what's going on? And we'll go takeoff power's coming in. Power is set, engine instruments are in the green. Get back on center line. And let's go flying here. Say hello to Mary's Boon. Mary's Boon actually looks real now. I think that... Whoopsie. the Mary's Boon is the little hotel there in Simpson Bay. I'm gonna keep climbing at full power because I can't see over the nose. And there's 1,000 feet. We'll go fuel pumps off. Alright, we'll bring the power back here. Bring the props back. And let's see, where are we? And see, again, you gotta keep a little bit of rudder in for the turn, which I like. No longer have 2024. Oh, Cash, I'm sorry to hear that. So you completely gave up on 2024, it seems. It seems like people have very different opinions on it. I love it. I'd be curious to know what percentage of people are still flying 2024 versus 2020. But look at this, I mean, 1,000-foot climb at 120 knots. Nah, that's... I don't think that's very realistic. But that's alright. And again, if maybe I put my flaps up. Alright. Rexius, we are on the East USA server, and we would be happy to have you. We just left. Let me put it in the chat here. What? Just left Juliana. Alright. No. Settle down here. So... let's get a little bit more nose down trim in here. See what I mean? Like climbing at 150 knots in this airplane is not... not terribly realistic in my... And look at the fuel flow, nailed at 36 gallons an hour. So we'll definitely be waiting for an update for this plane, but the old one does work, Chris. Sorry, I didn't see the comment earlier. Yeah, the old one definitely does work. So let me see. But oh, you didn't pay the subscription fee to keep it with Game Pass. Gotcha. Yeah, I still think 2020 is probably more popular with people than 2024, but like I said, I like 2024 a lot. Still cannot trim this plane out. A little bit of rudder trim there. No. Alright, so I just wish somehow they would square the trimming away for either sim. Sims are really tough to trim in. There's Hans doing his usual low-level flyby. That's great. So there was a program for FSX called Real Trim, which you could set a yoke button, and what you would do is just hold your yoke wherever you wanted the pitch attitude of the airplane to be, and then press that button and hold it and release the pressure on the yoke, and it would just trim automatically to that position. It was the greatest thing. It was still the greatest trim program in the world that's ever existed for flight sim, in my opinion. But want to see the fishes, but it doesn't work for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So yeah, Buckman, I'm the same way. I mean, I haven't flown 2020 in weeks. I think, as a matter of fact, I joined the Sim Update 16 beta, and I haven't flown it since my first flight in the beta. I don't even think I have the latest beta updated. I just pulled the power out. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens to the plane. I'm not gonna touch anything. I'm gonna watch it do its thing and see what we get here. I mean, that's a pretty stiff nose down. And up we come. And down we go. I don't know. I can't figure out what the deal with trim and just pitch stability. It just seems weird to me. Not just in this plane, but in the sim in general. Been flying the ATR in 2020. The only thing about the ATR in 2024 is I don't know if it's the same in 2020. I haven't flown that plane in 2020 in forever. But the throttle, at least on a Honeycomb Bravo, you can't set an actual reverser position. And look at this. This is weird. This pitch oscillation here. But you can't set an actual reverser access. So when you've got the like when I've got the reversers, or the throttles rather, for my Bravo at idle, it's actually in full reverse. I don't quite understand. I also don't quite understand what this plane is doing, but that's another story. That's weird. I wonder if maybe I'm doing something wrong. It's always possible, right? Alright, so here we go. My nemesis, gentlemen. My nemesis coming up here. Power back to 15. Leave the throttles where they are. Seems very unstable in pitch. But get a bit more power out here. Let's go. Fuel pumps on. Did I check the winds? No. There's Stacia. Come on, baby. Give me 115, please. I mean, look at the manifold pressure. It's at 1,000. It's at 10 inches. Can barely get it down to 110 knots here. You can see with the fuel flow. My manifold pressure is reading its lowest, but I've still got travel on my throttles. So I don't know. All right. Get into lap range here. Alright, there's 85, White Arc. So... my nemesis. No. Alright, we'll go mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on. Flaps are set. Alright, looking for about 70 knots here. The other thing I noticed about this plane is it feels like the brakes are a little bit weaker than they used to be in the old version. Then again, maybe, hey Jane, what's going on? Then again, maybe I just kept coming in way too fast. And I can't fly very well. Giant gap in the top of the door. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh wait, no, that's the window. I don't know. But alright. Feeling good. Feeling good. I will accept the friend request as soon as we're out of the flight here. Alright. Let me see. This feels very nice and stable, this approach. See what we get here. Feels very nice. What can I do to mess this up? Let's find out. Alright, let me just keep the end of that runway right in the same place in the old windscreen here. Speed is good. Touch of power. Power's idle. No, that little yank right there cost me. Please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop. It's not gonna stop. Oh, come on. Ay. Alright, well. I don't think, I mean, I touched down at like 7, I did touch down about halfway down the runway. But, hey Rexius, I'm glad to hear you, I'm glad to see you with us today. That's awesome, thank you. Alright, let's see. Where's my, oh, now trim is full nose up, okay. That's no good. Oh, and then power's idle. Okay. This all makes sense, right? Alright, let's try station, see if we do a little better at station. See, even 100 knots should be our climb speed in this airplane. And look at the pitch attitude. 100 knots is the climb speed. And the pitch attitude is like that. It's way too high. Alright. So anyway, I feel like the last version of the plane was slightly overpowered. I think this version of the plane feels like way overpowered. Of course, it would help if I brought the props and the manifold pressure back. That would indeed help. There's always an element of incompetence involved when something's going on. But I don't know. I'd like to know how anybody else does trying to get the new Islander into Saba. I am 0 for 2 so far. Oh yeah, Rexius, I see you down there. Good luck, man, for that landing. Alright. 23. Let's get the nose over here. Alright, well. So I'm 0 for 2 at Saba. I can live with that. I mean, that approach was good. It just... Hey, Andrew, what's going on? How are you? Just gonna buzz the tower. So I don't know. I'm 0 for 2 at... That approach felt really good, though. Like, I feel like I was pretty much on speed. I was on speed, and I feel like I was on glide path. I kind of feel like I just at the end... I don't know, maybe pulled power a little late, but not really. I don't know. I don't know. So, whatever. I got humbled. Hey, Mark, how are you? Good to see you. I am not using VR. This is Track IR5. And Track IR5. This is Tobii Eye Tracker 5. Correction. And I do use VR, but I don't use VR streaming just because it doesn't really record very well or stream very well. But oh well, I don't know. So again, it's easy. Yeah, I mean, I'm you know, what have I got now? 1.5 hours in the new version of this plane, so I'm definitely still getting used to it. We shall see, we shall see. Everything's good, Aaron. Or Andrew, everything's good. We are in the middle of a little heat wave. If New York kind of feels like the Caribbean right now, which works for me, you know. But everything's good, you know. A lot of stuff going on in life, but there always is, right? So just grateful to have an afternoon. Hey Paolo, how are you doing? Just grateful to have a couple hours to do some streaming with you guys on a Sunday. It's nice to get away from the grind of everyday nonsense, you know. So Chris, the old one, was okay. So the old one, he updated the 2020 version for 2024, but it wasn't 2024 native. It wasn't like, it was the 2020 updated for 2024. Whereas this one is completely from the ground up for 2024. Completely redone. Completely new airplane. And it feels different. It flies different for sure. The cockpit perspective is different. I like now. When I first got in last time, I messed with the cockpit, like the head position, and I think I screwed it up more than I helped myself. Whereas now, I just reset it to the standard position, and it's much better. And I actually like how it is now. But I think it's the previous one for 2024 was definitely overpowered, but I think only by a little bit. Like, you would get cruise flight about right here, you know, like just into the yellow, whereas this plane will go 160 in level flight, which is just way too fast. But it'll get squared away, I'm sure, you know. So there is Stacia. I love this airport. I don't know why, I just love it. Yeah, the Saxon, I saw that. I didn't see the details, but I did see that it happened. And they had the report of here we are, way through centerline. The initial, the preliminary for the Air India 171. That's a weird one. I mean, there's a possibility. It seems like that the switch guards were maybe worn or something. For the fuel cutoff switches, because there's a mechanism that prevents them from being accidentally flipped. It's possible that that was worn and that they were flipped accidentally, or they were flipped on purpose. It's hard to know. All right, mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on. But that's another thing that's depressing is plane crashes. So we'll talk about flying airplanes instead. See, this is where I kind of have an issue, is getting into the white arc and getting the plane trimmed out. One red on the Pappies is fine. Remember, the Pappies are set for the highest cockpit that comes into the field. So that would probably here be like, I don't know, maybe an ATR. I don't know. It's a good question. But so really, on a small plane like this, you want like maybe one red is fine. 3 reds is not. There we go. But again, the plane feels more alive to me, which I like. Feels good. It exposes the fact that I'm not flying very well, but alright, a little bit of power out. Mixtures and props full forward. Alright, power's all the way out. Seeing it floats, really. Well, I guess maybe at 70 it should float. But now let's go full brakes, and it just doesn't seem to slow down very quickly. I don't know. But like I said, it's an initial release. I'm not gonna get too crazy about what I think is right and wrong. Lean the mixture, and it feels like this runway is way downhill too. Maybe it is. Let me get let me get myself out of the way here. Then we'll watch some landings. Whoa, brakes. And this is a Freeware. For anybody who doesn't have it, this is a Freeware airport. This is phenomenal. I'm gonna set the parking brake and watch some landings here. There we go. You guys can all show how to land. I clearly can't. Nice one, Chris. Nice. Fuel switches off. Pilot had mental issues. No way. Is that what you read, Buckman? So, Bob, I mean, the way the switch is, it should be like, even if you accidentally knock them with your hand, Mr. K dropping it in, it shouldn't, you know, shouldn't whip them off, but who knows? It's hard to know. Alan, what's going on? Elaine, my apologies. Got myself a new back from my flight sim. Have you heard? Yes, I have heard of butt kicker. It's is that just seat? Is that like a motion thing, or is that just for like touchdown and sort of maybe turbulence vibration? But I've heard of that, Elaine, and that's pretty sweet. That's really sweet. For the power setting, particularly manifold pressure, the speed is way too fast for a piston islander. Yeah, Hairbrush, I agree. I agree. So I've heard of the butt kicker. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so I left my fuel pumps on, which you should not do, by the way. But I did. Alright, finals looking clear. Very impressive. All turbulence, even on the plane, even door closing. Oh wow. And the other thing I'm going to do is release my parking brake before I make a fool of myself, which I've already done. I've heard, you know, it's funny, I heard about that thing and I never really looked into it. That's pretty sweet. I don't know if it would work on the seat that I use, but I could use a seat upgrade anyway for my flight sim setup. And that is is that the Honda Jet or is that the Cirrus? That's the Cirrus, right? Yeah, it's the Cirrus. Yeah, Kenneth, it was definitely a little bumpy, but that's what I like about this new version of the Islander is it has a little bit more movement to it. They want you to do the right turnaround over here, but I don't like doing it this way. But I will follow instructions. I always tell my wife I follow instructions, honey. Alright, so mixtures and props full forward. We've got caution wake turbulence departing Honda Jet, or departing Cirrus rather. Let's check our altimeter is way off. Let's check our heading indicator is off. Alright, flaps are set, fuel pumps are on, mixtures and props full forward. Let me see. Alright, so takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. I'm not on center line. Alright. There's 80. Alright, let us see here. A beautiful view. This thing climbs like crazy. Alright. Here's 1,000 feet. We can turn our fuel pumps off. Flaps coming up. Let me see. Alright. So I'm gonna have to check that thing out now. I'm gonna have to check that thing out. So you wanna climb at an attitude that's gonna give you visibility over the nose of the plane, which is about like this. Should be about, it's usually about 7 degrees nose up. But I mean, in this attitude, there's no way it should be going 120 knots. Let's see here. Elaine, have you done any like any videos about or any streams with the butt kicker? So I'd be curious to see. don't know what it is about Statia, but I just love that island. It's such a cool little island. Once you try it, you'll never go back. Yeah, I'm sure it's one of those things. Streamed last night for the second time. Alright, I'll have to look. I'm gonna go watch your stream actually. See what it looks like. So let's pitch it over here. Try to get it. I don't think I did very well at St. Bart's last time either in this plane. So we'll have to see what we get today. So fuel pumps are off, flaps are up. Looking good. Seeing again, it either wants to climb or speed up. Which I don't think it necessarily would at this power setting. And I'm not even at 23. Alright. Not. Come on. Oh, so when the APU is on. That's wild. That's wild. Gonna drop out there in terms of flying, just watch the rest. Yeah, Chris, it you know, and I don't know if you've made the switch to 24 yet, or you're still mostly 2020, but I mean, once you get used to 24, it's great in my opinion. I don't know what it is. I think people are still having a lot of performance problems in 24, but 24 has been great for me performance-wise the entire time. I've never had performance issues in 24. It's been better than 2020 for sure. Like I would say 24 is at least 2 years ahead of where 2020 was at this point. Like at this point in its development. I mean, the clouds are better. The flight model is a mile better. You know. But who knows? I'm gonna check the winds here. Check the METAR at Juliana. Alright, winds 5 knots from the east, so really not much. Really? I wonder if that is true. Winds 5 knots from the east at Juliana. Let me see. What do we have? 0908, okay. So, we could actually do... oh, that's right! You got the new PC, because I forgot about that. We could actually try... could try a runway 28 approach at anything under 10 knots. So my buddy who flies into St. Bart's regularly, if he says if the wind is less than 10 knots, they land runway 28. Or at least they can. I don't know if they do it every time, but what I do know is that it's time to start the descent. Seems like the attitude indicator is even more old school on this one than it was on the old one. I would like a little bit more info on the attitude indicator in terms of like degrees up and degrees down. I'm assuming this is 5 degrees nose up and this is 10 degrees nose up, but this could be 10 and 20. I think this is actually 10 and 20. You don't really get a lot of info. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will fly this plane with the G1000, but I will not for sure. I tried when I first got this version a couple days ago. I did my initial flights with the G1000 because I was like, maybe it's interesting. Who knows? But having to watch the engine gauges over here, and the digital numbers are kind of difficult to see on the G1000, so I am glad to be back to using this version. So let's see here. There's Sugarloaf. I go fuel pumps on at this point. Alright. I'm down to 1500. Try to get set up correctly here. I want to cross Sugarloaf, which is that rock right there. I want to cross it at 1500 feet, fully configured. I don't know if I'm going to succeed. There's 115 knots. First notch of flaps. Head position is weird again. Oh, okay, that's a little better. Alright. Not much wind, so it shouldn't be. Sorry for messing with the head position so much, but I don't know why it keeps. Alright. There's the white arc. We'll go next notch of flaps. And then we want about 800 feet at that rock right there. Airspeed is good at 70. I can't get my... Alright. Having trouble getting my head position correct here. Jet noise, what's going on? The airspeed is good. Once again, my head position is weird. So you gotta keep resetting the Toby is very sensitive to kind of head movement, which is good. I use the Toby as a head tracker, not an eye tracker. Airspeed is very good. Altitude is good. Too much energy though. Too much energy. My vertical speed was only 500 foot a minute down. But my airspeed was already 80, which means fuel mixtures and props full forward. Which means lots of energy. And now we're too low. Way too low. And now I'm trying to save a bad approach, which is always a bad idea. Alright. Well, at least I'm not going to land in the traffic circle this time like I did last time. Airspeed's good. I have to fly this one on because no time to like flare and try to be cute about it. See, I think the brakes need to be stronger. Yeah, brakes need to be stronger because I touched down at maybe 70. I was going full brakes and I had aerodynamic braking going too, and I mean I touched down late. I did touch down late, but I feel like the brakes need a little bit more. The brakes need a little bit more brake. Everybody coming in runway 28. Alright, we got Bob on repeat here. Coming in 28. Here comes Buckman. And we gotta go around. Nope. Alright. Whoops. Yeah, brakes are definitely a little bit not brakey enough. But it's alright. What do we got here? Who we got coming in? One region coming in. Let's see what we got here. That is a nice looking setup. That is nicely set up. I have to say that that's the Otter too. Nicely done. So I have the Payware scenery, so he's probably on the stock of Saba scenery, so he's on the ground. But what was I gonna say? I felt like the pitch control in the touchdown right there was good. Like it feels really good. It feels better than the old version did. Than the old version of this plane. So let's get up. Let's get up tight here. Alright. Fuel pumps are on. Where's me trim? I like my trim a little bit after neutral. So mixtures and props full forward. Get a look here. Trade wind. Alright. Get myself out on center line. Here's a good way to test the brakes. Alright. Brakes are set, mixtures and props full forward. Fuel pumps are on, flaps are set. Takeoff power is coming in. I got the brakes held. Yeah, it holds it. Alright. There's 70 knots. And my favorite departure in the world. And you go left to a heading of 060 out of here. Whoa. looking good, looking good. Gosh, that is beautiful. You see that every once in a while when you come back into the cockpit, the gauges are fuzzy. Because it's streamed, you know, it's 2024, it's streamed. The airplane, that is. Alright. Grand Cass, here we come. We actually make this pretty quick. I mean, if you think about it. St. Maarten, Saba, Statia, St. Barts, Grand Cass in about an hour and 15 minutes. That's not too bad. See how the airplane is climbing with the nose down? And of course that is doable, but usually in like an updraft, basically. I mean, you should be in level flight at, I don't know. Alright. Oh, this is a nice view. St. Kitts and Nevis there in the background. Alright. Let's see here. Just ordered the Toby 5. You should claim a finder's fee. You know, it's funny, I was gonna tell you I have a discount code. I just haven't put it on the I didn't put it on the stream. Sorry about that, dude. Oh man, I feel bad now. I almost said something to you earlier. That was stupid of me. I'll have to make sure that I have that in the stream and video descriptions from now on. I just got a discount code from Toby, like okay, gotcha. Yeah, so you got the discount anyway. Good. Because they just started running a special, and they gave me a discount code for my channel, but I just haven't gotten a chance to do that yet. Kenneth, if you want to buy it, let me know, and I will give you the discount code. Let me see. I forget what my, darn it. Now I gotta find the code and fly at the same time. Hold on. Alright, we're stable. Let me see here. Doop doop doo. What is it? Impact. Okay. Where are we here? No, I'm trying to navigate my aircraft and my code at the same time here. Do. I'll have to do that later. Otherwise, I'm sitting here trying to fly and look up a discount code at the same time. But Kenneth, if you want to get that, let me know. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because you can kind of see when there's like a streamer, YouTuber push from a certain company about you know, new product or like a new push. So Toby, there's a whole bunch of Toby videos came out in like the last, Kenneth, I'll get that for you once we get on the ground here. I'll get it for you once we get on the ground in Anguilla. But there was they started a, they started a push like about maybe 2 weeks ago. Toby did for the I guess like a summer, you know, summer deal for the eye tracker. And so let me see, that should do it, Kenneth. And you saw like a whole bunch of streamers and you know, YouTubers putting out Toby videos. Like I put out Toby videos like years ago, and I used it. Like a lot of people, I don't know if they really use it every day, and then, you know, or really are that familiar with it, and then they start kind of promoting it, which is fine. It's all good. But like I use this thing all the time. Like when I got the Toby eye tracker, I had been using the Track IR5 for about 12 or 13 years. And Toby reached out to me and asked me if I would be interested in trying it and doing a video, and I said sure. And I kind of figured that I would do the video and probably that would be it, and I wouldn't probably use it. You know, I'd probably stick with the eye tracker 5, and I literally, from the time I put the Toby eye tracker 5 on my monitor, I've never taken it off. It's just, I've used it for probably going on 3 years now, I would say. All right, let's go. Oh, fuel pumps are on. There you go. As I like to say, the way to not have to turn your fuel pumps on is to forget to turn them off. You know? Alright, there is a notch of flaps. But what I'm trying to say is that I definitely recommend the Toby. It's great. I'm just gonna hold the pitch right there if I can. Let's see, Leonardo Da Vinci, what's going on, brother? How you doing? We're in flap range already, which is great. Diving into Lasso today, saw your video. Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people will tell you Project Lasso, like you don't need it anymore, it's not that important. I tell you what, or Process Lasso rather. Once you get it set up, it's not difficult, it's just a little bit, like it's not super obvious what everything does, but once you get it set up and run it, I mean, just taking your sim off of the cores that Windows is running on is huge. So old program, but still a good program in my opinion. All right, so actually really I'm high, but I really like this position right now. I'm high and slow, which is good. just a touch of power. See, the plane just feels alive. It feels really good. And I just heard my primary instructor in my ear, my mind's ear going, let's go mixtures of props forward. My primary instructor always used to tell me, keep the nose pointed at the runway. Keep the nose pointed at the runway. Like that, just like that. Alright. Seems to take quite a while for the plane to come to idle too. Once you pull the power, it should be pretty much instant. And again, brakes a little bit. Come on now. Brakes a little bit weaker than I would expect them to be. There's some pretty flowers, look at that. Alright. Alright, Vieques Airlink. Well, that's the one thing I can't wait to get is some more liveries for this new version. Real Pyro's flying the new one too, it looks like. I thought that's what it just said. And this is SLH Sim Designs Grand Cass. Buckman. Awesome airport. I love this airport. Love this airport. Alright. Get a look here what we got coming in. Rexius coming in. And fuel pumps are on. Flaps are set. Did I not? I thought did I not add a second notch of flaps for that landing? That would be black screens at St. Barts, crash to desktop. So Xbox will actually crash. I suppose it makes sense, right? Never really thought about that. Marco, that is the Diamond DA62. That's a nice plane. That is a plane in real life I would love to own. That is a nice traveling airplane. I never really thought about that, Bob. That's interesting. But so that would explain your multiple landings at St. Barts. It was going wacko. Yeah, it could be server load. It's hard to know. I mean, I had that a couple, maybe 2 weeks ago. Let me see. Here we go. Rexius coming in. That sounds like the Diamond as well. Ah, the Corvallis. I was gonna say that sounds like a high-pitched prop. Alright, in we go. Final approach is looking clear. Whoopsie. Alright, mixtures and props full forward. And off we go. Anguilla, here we come. And now that I've gotten used to the cockpit dimensions, I actually like it quite a bit. which is very much different than the old plane. Alright, let's go on center line here. Takeoff power is coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed's really alive. There's 70 knots. We'll power back and props back pretty quickly here. They want you to come back on the props when you get out of this airport so you don't annoy all the people down here. It's another fun airport. Yeah, alright. This beach, this is Orient Bay Beach. It's a very popular beach in St. Maarten. Western beaches are always better than eastern facing beaches in the Caribbean. And that's a western or eastern facing beach rather. Why do I keep forgetting to put my flaps up? Who knows? Why do I do anything? Alright, Anguilla, here we come. Anguilla, here we come. Put that trim in here a little bit. That's the other thing, this plane doesn't take, this version doesn't seem to need any rudder trim, which the old one did. Yeah, I mean, look, there's 160 knots in level flight at 23 squared. That's too fast. Spark like vermin. Nice sight, huh? It is pretty. It really is. Alright, Rexius. Hey, alright man, take it easy. Thanks a lot for joining. And we fly Wednesdays and Sundays, so glad to have you anytime, man. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. So we'll come back to about 17, 21. So the better beaches are on this side. I mean, generally speaking, like Rendezvous Bay is pretty good because it's blocked by St. Maarten, but over up there is Shoal Bay. And you got Meads Bay down here. That's where you want to be. That's where you want to be. Sandy ground. See, look at this. 15 inches of manifold pressure, 2100 RPM or 140 knots. The only time I ever went scuba diving in my life was in Little Bay, which I don't know quite where it is. It might be, that's a cool little dock right there in real life. Little Bay has got to be here somewhere. I don't know quite where. You basically have to bring the power to idle to get it to slow down. Wonder if Muddy's Pride is around today. One notch of flaps. And again, I gotta pay attention and put some rudder in. Which I have not been doing. And I should also pay attention and be on centerline, which I'm also not doing. So we're not doing a whole lot right now. Just give you a little tour of this sandy ground. It's a great restaurant. Right there. Tasties. Great restaurant. Chef Dale. Nice guy. Very nice guy. And an excellent chef. There's a white arc. We'll go second notch of flaps. Too late to join ZSimPilot. We're just making our final approach into Anguilla. Do you have 2020 ZSimPilot? 2024? I don't think you do, right? If you do, I'll stick around and do another lap around Anguilla with you, man. Because it's going to be your last flight for a while. Hey Adriano, how are you? Didn't see your message. Sorry about that. Man, I am way high. Alright, power's all the way out. Drop the nose. Don't have 2024. Captain, I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, because that's we're in 20. So I'm in Sim Update 16 beta in 2020. So I can't do group flights in 2020. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, Adriano, yeah. Gets busy sometimes, but let's go mixtures and props full forward. My dog just walked in. Power's basically at idle already. And power all the way out. Let's make this a good one. That one wasn't too bad right there. That one wasn't too bad. Sorry, Captain. And a warm happy birthday to ZSimPilot today, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the brakes on this thing don't really slow you down. Ay, ay, ay. Just black screen and crashing for 2024. What are you on, Xbox or PC? That last landing felt good. That last landing felt really nice. Bachman greasing it on. I'm gonna go, oh wait, I guess I gotta go this way, right? PC, that's odd. I've had maybe 2 CTDs the entire time I've had 2024. It's generally been very reliable to me. Alright. And we'll set the parking brake here. And lights off. Bottles idle, mixtures idle, cut off. Fuel pumps are off, which they should have been on. Flaps coming up. Avionics master coming off. And let's see here real quick once everything gets settled in here. And then we'll go mags off. Open the doors. Got any more landings coming? Oh, Mr. K, I just missed you, man. Sorry about that. And me and Buckman hugging. Let me see here. After the last update, my game became unplayable. Luis, what's going on? Thanks so much. Oh, watching from the office. Gotcha. Oh, Sim Up 3 off. You know, I'd forgotten about this. The Sim Update 3 offline thing. Totally forgot about that, actually. So yeah, what I can say is that I'm definitely better at flying the old version of the Islander than the new version, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. After the last update, I get CTT daily. ATOB banana, that's not good. So coming into Sim Update 2, or are you in Sim Update 3 beta? 'Cause I'm just in Sim Update 2. And I actually looked the other day. I can't even join Sim Update 3 beta anymore. I think they must have closed it off. But yeah. Well, another gorgeous day in the islands, gentlemen. I appreciate everybody coming out. IslandSimPilot, a warm happy birthday to you, my friend. And yeah, appreciate everybody coming out and flying. Hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday. And look forward to flying again, possibly Wednesday. I got some things going on Wednesday that might make that a little complicated. We'll see. But I hope everybody's doing well, and take care, guys. Oh, Kenneth, let me, I put it in the chat up above, but let me put it one more time for you, Kenneth. Right there, buddy. Hey, Captain Hughes, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for checking in, and like I said, happy birthday, brother. All the best to you. Yeah, Adriano, yeah, it was good, man. Good to see you as well. And everybody take care, and we'll chat soon. Talk later, guys. Bye bye. Hey, Buckman, appreciate it, brother. Thanks.